Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro in their G.I. Joe Classified Series line, we are featuring G.I. Joe Robert Grunt Graves. Okay, so this is a figure I've been greatly anticipating because first off, it's Grunt. If you grew up with the original line, A Real American Hero in the 1980s, you'll remember that the Grunt figure was kind of like the generic army builder figure. No disrespect to the character or the term, but Grunt, the figure, was just that. It was a grunt. If you wanted to amass a small collection of grunts, that was your go-to army guy. It was kind of like the equivalent of like the Cobra infantry trooper. That's a figure that you could easily amass an army build. Because of Grunt's generic design, he was someone that not only could you army build with him, but it was a generic figure that they carried over a couple of different times over. Either just like with different head, different hair color, but the body was always kind of essentially the same. He had the same slacks, the same vest, or same harnesses. So it was a very generic figure. Even the recent re-release of the 4-inch figure from maybe like 3 years ago at Walmart. There was the smaller 4-inch Grunt figure that was designed to be an army builder also. So that's the cool thing with the 6-inch Classified Series figure. If you want to amass a bunch of green shirts for your Joes, this is the figure. This is the one you want to army build. And it's nice. It comes with multiple accessories. The artwork is great as well. I really like what they've been doing with the character portraits. The artwork's a little bit more consistent, and the art style is one that's, for me, very palatable. The background image is awesome also. It looks like he's in the middle of some sort of crazy, like, war zone. Again, nice character portrait. The figure stands in at 6.3 inches, and here they highlight all the different accessories. You're getting his helmet. You're getting the Steel Brigade-like full-on helmet. Backpack, knife, and here's his weapons. And it's really cool too that he kind of gets that classic Joe assault rifle right there, the one that was prominently featured in the cartoon. And here's the QR code. You scan this, unlocks all sorts of fun stuff. And then here's his perks and abilities, which can be deciphered on the G.I. Joe website. Alright, so this is figure number 87, and here is his foot locker of accessories. I know that Hasbro is going back to the older style of packaging for the Classified Series, which I greatly welcome. But I do admit, I do like some of this wackiness they did with, the environmentally sound package design. Like, I didn't mind the foot lockers so much. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. And then the tissue baggies, with the G.I. Joe Cobra printing on them, it felt more like you're getting like some sort of weird like birthday gift or something with a decorative tissue wrap. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories real quick. Here is his backpack. Here are the weapons. Here's the little magazine. Goes inside. For many people, I think a lot of people are relieved that Hasbro went back to the much more realistic weapon designs as opposed to like the weird futuristic sci-fi guns. For me, I could go either way. I didn't mind the sci-fi weaponry, but this kind of stuff is nice also. You get the pistol, the knife, and then here's his helmet. It's kind of nice that they actually painted the straps, so it's more of like a leather. If you're a customizer, you could probably like take this like a level further and paint in some silver details or some edge highlighting, or if you want to weather it to make it look more realistic. But the sculpting's pretty clean. You know, you could carry this over to other figures if you wanted to. And then here's this the Steel Brigade inspired head. You know, if you want to, you know, troop build and make this look more like a generic green shirt, go ahead. I do like the shout out to the video game Halo with the gold colored visor, and it even kind of has like the weird markings that are prominent on Master Chief's visor from the Halo game, which is something we've seen before in like some of the more modern G.I. Joe 4-inch figures. You know, there'd be certain callouts to some video game stuff. Alright, so we have Grunt here. This is a great figure. Like I said, if you want to amass an army of green shirts for your Joes, this is the way to go. He's a great army builder. You know, you could probably just find alternate heads, you know, either in like Marvel Legends, maybe some custom 3D printed heads on eBay, or just swap heads with different characters to create new ones. And if you really want to army build and take it a level further, you know, even though his name is on his vest, you can easily just paint over that or scratch it off. The one thing that does carry over from the early waves of the Classified series is he has a communicator badge up here, which is kind of like one of the sci-fi elements I know fans weren't too keen on. But it's a great looking figure, very generic looking head, just like the OG figure from back in the day. His vest is nicely detailed, various pouches. And it's a great, very bare base body. You probably could remove this. If you would have to disassemble the figure. I don't think this thing will come off unless you disassemble the figure. It doesn't appear like it interlocks anywhere. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, overall, everything's nice. We've seen these legs before. You know, a lot of these pieces are reused. Let's get some of the weapons in place. There's his pistol. The knife. Backpack. One issue I do have with the backpacks is that, you know, unfortunately, they get kind of gappy towards the bottom. It's not as bad as it is with some other figures. You know, with some other figures, it kind of juts out too far. It'd be nice if they figured out a way to kind of design the backpack so it conforms a little bit better to the curvature of their spine. Let's get the helmet on. And there you go. You have a very awesome troop builder. So if you want to, like, build up your Joes, you know, if you just want more generic characters, more grunts, if you will, this is the way to go. Articulation, again, it's very standard for the Classified series. You know, it's not breaking any new ground. We've seen this before with multiple figures. So overall, it's great. The one thing I like about the Joe figures too is that, you know, much like the original toys when we were kids, you could kind of disassemble them and like Frankenstein them with other figures to, like, you know, either give them custom costumes or just create new characters altogether. So this is great. Especially this is such a generic body. I could really imagine Hasbro reusing this figure and just like giving it different accessories and different heads just to make, you know, some of the other Joe characters who are kind of like in a similar design scheme. Like already in my head, I'm looking at this and I can see all sorts of weird customs and kit bashes that I could do with it. And I'm sure if you go online, like go on Instagram, I'm sure you'll see a lot of fellow fans out there who have customized their Grunt figures to recreate other Joe characters. So overall, great figure. It's one worth purchasing, and if you do, I suggest you buy more than one, because you know, if you really want to amass a Joe army, you need more generic characters as opposed to hero characters, and this is a great way to do that. Okay, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.